What is going on, guys? DBG here, and today we are going to be talking about the 12 gems of Christmas. So, what are the 12 gems of Christmas? These guys are going to be the cards that I just believe are just gems. Some of them extreme budget, some of them a little more expensive, but these are guys I think a lot of people can use and have fun with. And they're not necessarily the most hyped up players in the world. Like some of these guys are. Like some of these guys are really hyped up. As well as that, some of these guys are not hyped up. And others are honest. Others are underrated. And some of them are just new cards that I haven't hyped up yet. In these type of videos. So, before we get on to, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We upload more MyTEAM content here than anywhere else. And now we are going to get on to it. And first of all, we're going to an interesting one. And this is if you've just started the game, if you just picked up the game and you decide, you know what, you're gonna bang out a couple of levels. You got the game, you play quite a bit. And honestly, I was thinking of putting in this guy here, Doug Collins, but he takes a little bit long to get. As good as Doug Collins is, he takes quite a bit to get. But the first gem is going to be a Ruby shooting guard. And not a lot of people talk about this guy right here. It's going to be Deshaun Stevenson. What you guys are getting with Deshaun Stevenson, decent height, just all around good player. His release is spectacular. He's got interceptor, clamps, intimidator. He's got everything you need, and he is, especially if you've just started out the game, you do a little bit of XP. I think just naturally you're gonna get about 15-20,000 XP in your first day or two of the game, and suddenly you've got a 2-guard that you can put in your squad, replace whoever your players are, and build a squad. And he should be one of the last players you have to use or replace. So if you're just starting out the game and you're having a decent squad and suddenly you have Deshaun Stevenson, you can maybe sell whoever your 2-guard was and use that MT in other places, and then when it's all said and done, replace Deshaun Stevenson there at the end. A really decent card that I think has gone extremely, extremely underrated. I just feel not a lot of people talk about him. He's a really solid card. So then we have got Vince Carter. Now this card is an interesting one, because there is a Vince Carter in the Dunktober set. Yes, he did come out in October. So obviously he's going to be a little bit outdated. You're looking at this card and you're like, okay, he's like 70k. But then you go to the Amethyst Vince Carter. They're the same height. And you're looking at badges and it's like, they're very similar. Is there a bunch of extra silvers on this one? Yeah. I don't even know what he comes with off rip, to be honest. But they're very similar badges wise, except for you've got a couple extra half badges on this one in terms of total badges. And Fearless Finisher, Pogo, Limitless Takeoff is a good one to have, and Fast Switch is good. But for a guard, it doesn't matter that much. But then you look at the attributes. You're like, yeah, there are -3 and -4 and stuff. -2 and 3-pointer, which is the most important of all these attributes. They have the exact same driving dunk. Their ball handle, neither of them are 86. Defense, basically the same. Rebounding, the same. Speed, not enough of a difference that you notice a difference. And lateral, the same. And for this Vince Carter right here, you are looking at a player that is like less than 3,000 MT. If you want to get Amethyst Vince Carter, he is going to be less than 3,000 MT. Comfortably less than 3k. Whereas you are paying 70k for the Pink Diamond, and it's basically the same card. Then we have got another one of today, or yesterday's players when you're watching this. And this guy, I mean, if there was a ranking, this guy is number 1. Evan Mobley. Evan Mobley. This guy is the damn best. There is no other words to describe this guy. He is my starting power forward. I have Carmelo Anthony. I have Rudy Gay. My starting power forward is Evan Mobley. If he had 85 strength, obviously he doesn't, he's 68 strength, but if he had 85 strength, he would be starting over Kevin Garnett for me. With Evan Mobley, You are getting a 7-foot-tall, long wingspan player, which that is very important, the long wingspan. He has got half-post playmaker, which is a huge badge. And if you look at the badges he has, yeah, he doesn't have like half interceptor or half intimidator or anything. But he's got shooting badges on gold, post badges on gold. He's got dimer on gold. He's got clamps, interceptor, intimidator. He's got all the defensive badges on gold. So he's got basically all the defensive badges on gold. Some of the most important shooting badges on gold. And he's got dimer and post playmaker. We're looking at like a mixture of KG and Jokic right here, with a better release than both. He's got 84 3-ball with a brilliant release. He shoots the ball so much better than KG. Driving dunk's okay. 92 block is insane, and he's got a really long wingspan. Really good perimeter defense. Steal not the greatest, but gold interceptor makes up for that. Great interior, like very comparable defense to Kevin Garnett. Like Kevin Garnett, I can't stress this enough, is known as the best defensive big in the game. Evan Mobley's comparable. Like, two difference in lateral wings. Obviously, he's a little bit slower, but he's comparable. And Evan Mobley shoots so much better than KG. Like, KG's stronger. Mobley's weak. If it wasn't for that, man, Mobley would be my starting center over Kevin Garnett. I don't even care. I don't even care. Mobley's that good. Mobley is that good. He's simultaneously a top 10 power forward and top 10 center in the game. And he's 2,000 MT. If there was a ranking, he would be number 1. Then, we're going for another obvious one. Scottie Pippen. It's Scottie Pippen. Scottie's insane. Like, for Scottie, you are getting a card that's easily worth 60k for 10k. Like, you can get even the 75th card for cheap. Like, you're looking here. On which diamond Scottie's cheaper? I might just buy the 75th one because his card art looks cooler. Like, you're looking... I know, this one's quite a bit cheaper. But you're looking at like 11,000 MT for Scottie. And what you're getting with Scottie at even 10k, you are getting half clamps, 6'8", the Scottie behind the back, half defense leader, half ball pass, half menace, which is a rare badge, one of the best badges in the game for defense. Shooting badges. He's got the goal catch the ball badge. Elite playmaking badges. So many good defensive badges. Quick first step, stop and go, ankle braces, floor general, fast twitch. He's got everything, and even bronze post spin technician. He's got actually good post control, so the post spins work good. He's got a post hook. That's a high enough rating that you'll score them over tiny players. A post fade that's the exact same, you'll score them over tiny players. A solid 3-ball and mid-range. Release not the greatest, but it's fine enough to catch. Good driving dunk, good ball handle, insane perimeter, and really good interior defense. Not good rebounding, so definitely play him at the 3. Really solid speed and 96 lateral quickness. And Scottie might be one of the best 3&D guys in the game. He's not quite, again, he's not quite like a LeBron, but I mean, how far is he off LeBron? Like, he's not LeBron, but he's not that much worse than LeBron. I'm not even kidding. He's worse, he's not that much worse. And he's 10k. Crazy. Then we're on to some of the kind of the real hidden gems. And Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce Amethyst, I personally believe, is as hidden a gem as it comes. For me, Paul Pierce Amethyst is like one of these guys that everyone just craps on, and that's including myself. But he's decent. Like 2,300 MT for the guy. If you just look at his overall game, it's solid. Like, it's really solid. Like, he's got half catch and shoot, half set shooter. He's also got, like, glue hands gold. Difficult shots gold. He's got circus 3s, bailout. He's got dead eye, sniper. So he's got a lot of these good badges. He's got the quick dribble style, which is big as well. He's got intimidator. So, he's going to play some defense. He's got clamps. He's 6'7", decent length. A release that is slow, but it's not as bad as I remember it being. And a 93 ball is a high enough rating with sniper that even if you shoot whites, you're cool. 80 driving dunk, decent ball handle, decent defense, speed not the greatest, lateral's okay. He plays better than his stats would suggest and his badges would suggest. And with a bad release, I thought this guy was horrendous as a pink diamond. I started using him more as an amethyst, and he's not spectacular, but you know what, as far as hidden gems go, this is a card that everyone thinks is a bum, and he is perfectly fine. For this price, I'm putting him in the gems. Now we're gonna go with a diamond that a lot of people have really slept on. Sam Jones. I like this card. Who's Popeye Jones? But Sam Jones is not expensive at all. Like, you're looking at like just over 10k for this guy. I'm telling you, Sam Jones is not an expensive player. You're looking at 11,000 MT for a really solid diamond card. A diamond card here, who's, although he's 6'4", comes with half quick first step, half mismatch expert. So if you put a tall 2 guard, if you put a 2 guard 6'8" on him, he's gonna just get the mismatch expert boost. Catch and shoot, Deadeye, base 22, which is pretty good. A little bit iffy with the release because it's the Chris Mullin is right-handed. He's got gold clamps, he's got gold blinders, gold lucky number 7. He's a good defender, just a little bit undersized. Good 3-ball, good dunk, good ball handle, solid defense, good speed, and good lateral. He's just like a way better Rex Chapman. And for 10k for a diamond like this, I mean, why not? Why not? An honestly solid card. Then we got Mr. Unseld himself, Wes Unseld. So Wes Unseld Diamond is another one who's so cheap. And he's just solid. Like, he's solid. There's no other real way to describe him. Like, is he great in game? No, he's good. He's not a center. He's a power forward. But he's 10,000 MT and he's a diamond. Give or take. And what you're getting is a power forward. You're getting the likes of Rebound Chaser, which is important. Pogo, which is a badge that helps a lot. But he's got catch and shoot, brick wall, post spin ignition, drop stepper, putback boss, lob city finisher, glue hands, dimer, rim protector, box, defensive leader, intimidator, hook specialist, post lockdown, tireless defender, back down punisher, rise up, giant slayer, protest. So he's got good badges, good shooting badges, good overall everything. An unbelievable release. Like, yes, he's a 78 3-ball, but he's got that Kobe release John Collins has. He'll hit from the corners very consistently. He'll hit from the wings somewhat consistently. Good dunk, really nice ball handling for a big, solid all-around defense, really good rebounding, great speed for a center, decent speed for power forward, and solid lateral quickness. Like, he's not a bad card. He's really not. The release is so good. There's a lot of good things about this card, and I'm telling you, this is like one of these unbelievably slept-on cards that is more than usable in-game, especially for his price. If you want a cheap diamond, because I know a lot of people do like their overalls, he might be one of the best bets you can have at that price. Then we got a bit of a weird one. I'm gonna go for a bit of a weird one right here. I'm gonna say DeJuan Wagner. I said not DeJuan Wagner. Who was DeJuan Wagner? Was he not like the guy who was drafted the year before LeBron by Cleveland? Franz Wagner. He's a weird card. And I like this card, and I'm gonna call him a hidden gem because I really like him. So he's a little bit expensive. He's a little more expensive than most people would, like, I would put in this list. But he's 3k. But there's just something about this card that I really like. I sold my one because I wasn't going to use him. I kind of half regret it. Like, a 3k MT, he's got a lot of the gold badges that you would think would be key, like all the shooting badges. He just doesn't ever miss. He doesn't get the greatest defensive animations. He shoots from deep. Or so he doesn't get the greatest defensive badges or stats, but his defensive animations are just crazy. I don't know what it is about Wagner, and I'm not the only person who said this. A lot of people have said this when I've talked about this card. He just plays so much. Like, these defense stats are awful. Does not matter. He somehow blocks every shot, gets in every lane. I don't know what it is. I'm putting him in because there's 12 players in this list. If there was only 10 players, I wouldn't put him on the list. And again, this is one of those guys that's nobody talks about, so I'm putting him into one of these like gem lists. But if you're really on a budget and you want a power forward and you're not enjoying some of the other guys, is he the weakest power forward in the list so far? Yeah, but Franz Wagner's a card that I really like, so I'm putting him on the list. Then at the point guard position, it's tough to find a good point guard that's cheap. Everyone knows about Eric Snow, but there are not a lot of really good cheap point guards. And then there's Isaiah Thomas. So 2K hasn't come out with a good cheap point guard in a while. Kuzi's pretty cheap. I will tell you that. Like, Bob Cousy's pretty cheap, but Cousy's not as good as Isaiah Thomas. So Isaiah Thomas is about 2.5k. And what you're getting for 2.5k, he's a bit small. I will admit that. He's 6'1". But he's got the quick dribble stop. Comes with half dimer. He's got like really solid defensive badges. He's got like silver clamps, but he's got like interceptor, lucky 7, downhill, quick first step, space creator, unpluckable and strippable, hustler, catch and shoot, clamps, menace on silver. But even his stats, he's got a good 3-ball. He's basically the exact same as the diamond Isaiah Thomas, except he can't dunk. That's basically it. A card that I'm surprisingly high on. I've used him quite a bit. I use him a lot in clutch time, and he's a really solid card. Is he spectacular? No, but he still moves really well. He shoots the ball fairly well. He defends well, unless he's getting paint mashed. But if you're getting paint mashed, you're starting at the game, welcome to 2k22. A really, really solid card right here in Isaiah Thomas. Okay, so we are left with 2, I think now. I think we have gone through 10 of these players as far as I'm aware. Oh no, sorry, we've gone through 9. And I'm sorry, this guy is so cheap that I have to mention him. George Mikan. George Mikan is so cheap, I have to mention him. He's like 20k. Is he as good as Mobley? I don't know. I don't know. He really, I don't know. And for anyone who wants to talk about Mobley in this, in the comment section, please make sure that you have autocorrect turned off, because I nearly said something that could have got me cancelled while trying to talk about Evan Mobley because of what his name autocorrects to. If you've typed in Mobley, you know. I nearly said something bad because of autocorrect. But yeah. George Mikan, like he's 20k, like he's 17k, and we're getting with George Mikan as a top 5 center in the game. He's got posterizer, downhill, limitless takeoff, grace under pressure, catch and shoot, post spin technician, drop stepper, putback boss, break starter, lob city finisher, box, intimidator, rebound chaser. So he's got like all the key badges. Doesn't come with clamps, but look at these stats. An insane post game, an insanely good mid range, unbelievable dunking, a 3-pointer, one of the easiest release to green in the game with sniper, 79 ball handle. Like, he's just a way better like Wes himself. Defense, give or take, it's all right, but he's super, super fast, decent lateral. He is easily one of the best centers in the game. For 17k, you cannot go wrong. You cannot go wrong. And speaking of some of the best cards in their position in the game, Draymond. Like, I've used both Draymonds. I much prefer, for me, because I handle the ball with him a lot, I kind of want the better version of Draymond, because he comes with Hop Dimer. But for most people, this one's fine. The other one's about 20 something k. This one's 13k. But like for 14, let's just say 14k for a Draymond Green. For 14k, you are getting half menace, half hustler, half intimidator, half defensive leader, half catch or goal catch and shoot, goal corner specialist, a really good release. He's got the Scotty behind the back, goal clamps, goal interceptor. You are getting a comp level card for 14k. Dude comes with quick first step as well. He's got no post game, but that doesn't matter. He's got a 3-ball, he's got a dunk, he's got a really nice handle, such good defense, decent rebounder, really nice speed and great lateral. I definitely would not play this guy at the 5, but I'm telling you, lads, you're getting a comp level card for 14k. There are not many. Like, Scotty's a comp level card. Of these guys that I would say you could use in competitive MyTEAM, I think Mikan maybe, Scotty, and Draymond. That's it. And Mobley. There are 4 of these guys that I think are comp level cards, and he's one of them. And he is the second most expensive, but also like still relatively cheap. Draymond, for his price, a no-brainer. And lads, right now, especially if you are starting off this game and you like using your favorite players, why not use arguably the greatest player to ever live and use Michael Jordan Diamond. Michael Jeffrey Jordan Diamond. I'm sorry, this guy is really good. Like, he is really good for his price. 10,000 MT. For arguably, I'm not even going to say argue the biggest name, because he is the biggest name in the history of the sport. I think you can debate, there are debates with multiple players for who the best player to ever live is, but I don't think you can question the biggest name in the history of the sport is Michael Jordan. No question about it. It's the biggest name. Even with the high player tax, he's 10,000 MT. Jordan can play defense. If you can get Jordan's release down, he can shoot 5 half badges. Jordan with 98 on-ball steal tendency and the Jordan defensive stance. No quick first stab is a bit of a problem. And that's about it. His dribbling is okay. His defense is spectacular. He will dunk on people. If you want to just use Michael Jordan, and I know a lot of people do, and they want to have fun with Michael Jordan because he's one of their favorite all-time players, Go and get this card. I'm just going to end this now because a lot of people are going to tell you, oh, this Jordan sucks. Don't use this Jordan. Hell no. This Jordan is not the best 2-guard in the game. By no means he is. He may not even be, he's probably not even the best 2-guard for 10k or under in this game. He's probably not in the top 2 or 3 2-guards for 10k or under. He may not even be better than Walter Davis. But the thing is, at the end of the day, use your favorite players. I know Jordan's a lot of people's favorite players, and he's more than good enough to be used in my team. Don't let anyone tell you differently. So anyway, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.